Hello, welcome to our session of Them Deeper Bones. This is session number 3. I will be the guide today, and I'm Petri. I'm the creator of Them Deeper Bones, and joining me are, starting from the top, Annina.
Hi, I'm Annina Kaski. I'm an actor and writer and also TTRPG player. As well as being on here, I'm also a regular cast member on Bardic Quest, a D&D 5e actual play show. So please check that out and enjoy our show.
Wonderful. The link should be below. And we have Andu.
Yeah, I'm Andreas Johansson. RPGs are on the hobby side these days, but who knows now after AlphaCon if I got the inspiration to go back to do some things on the digital tool side, but we'll see.
Great. So, the last we saw our heroes, well, heroes and heroes, but they had gone beyond the border of the known world north to find the estate of one Karru, who told that there should be a shield there in the ruins of his old family home that would bring him legitimacy as a businessman, because he would then be a member of an old family with a crest and everything. So Aeon paid you to go there and find it. But instead of ruins, you found 4 buildings, well, 3 buildings and a burnt down building, a stable, a buyer, and servants' quarters that had burnt down, and the main house, the main Karru house, which you approached and are currently standing at the doorway of, the porch. It's an L-shaped space, and you are standing on the lower end of the L. And on the far side from you, there is a mummified corpse holding a crossbow, looking very dead and dried, slumped next to the main door. What do you want to do? And first of all, what do you look like as you are watching this dried up husk?
So,
go ahead.
Oh, me. Okay.
Come on, say more.
So, Dagmar has sort of orangish, bit raggedy hair, slight green tint to her skin, vaguely fishy smell, and very dry skin. Definitely looks like someone who's been outside a lot, like, that sort of wind swept and outdoorsy. That's the word. Someone who looks up.
Yep.
And in contrast, Yorick has sunken-in eyes, grayish, and skin leathery. He doesn't look like he's been a day outside, but apparently he has. And yeah, doesn't look generally as healthy. He has a pouch of herbs and things that gives off a slight smell, and then he has a sickle at his belt.
Yeah. The porch itself, there besides the corpse, there is the door to the main building, of the state, and on your like directly to your right on the end of the L, there is a small like table and bench you can sit on and wonder about life. What do you want to do?
I was half expecting something more alive or more recent based on how fresh the buildings was from the outside. He looks inside and is like, how does the floor and otherwise look like? Is it a thick layer of dust? Is there leaves and other things flown in from nature, or is it more like nothing?
Nothing. There is some dust, but not like there is an unnatural vacancy of dust and leaves here. So something is amiss, as it is everywhere here.
Okay.
Were there any? Because they had arrows in it, right?
There are 2 arrows stuck to the inside of the door that you just opened.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. And 2 arrows and a corpse, but no arrows on the corpse.
No arrows sticking out of the corpse. The corpse is holding a crossbow.
Okay. So maybe they got scared of something and released their crossbows before they...
Yeah. I mean, they shot too fast because they shot in the door and not when whoever opened the door. So, yeah. I mean, quick on the shoot. He shuffles to the corpse and starts look a bit and pokes like slightly. Is there any obvious cause of death, like cracked skull or something?
There is a very obvious cause of death. There is some sort of a wound in the corpse's abdomen. So, does either of you have like experience in treating or examining wounds?
To some degree, in combination of treating things through herbalism and something, but of course nothing very deep.
Yeah, this looks like some sort of a blade wound, like very clean, and yeah, and probably deadly. It's a big wound.
All right. Well, I do like this. This seems like a natural death to a blade or something. Nothing more supernatural like the hole in the wall and no, in the ceiling.
Yeah.
I mean,
about the ceiling. Last time I did mention that it's 10 meters. I misspoke of the units. It's 10 feet, basically 3 meters.
Yep.
In diameter. Yeah. 10 meters would be huge. So it's 10 feet. I just like my brain went to meters when I was thinking of feet. So yeah. Just a quick clarification to anyone who has been wondering this for like 1 episode now.
This massive house.
This does not make any sense.
Dagmar would investigate the crossbow. Is it in any good condition?
It's a quality crossbow. It's a quality crossbow, but it is old and it hasn't been like tended to for a while. So you would estimate that it's functional, but a bit rickety. So like,
might want to restring that.
Yeah, you'd really want to restring that. The weak point is the string, so like it's if something breaks in it, it's the string. On the corpse, there's also 6 additional crossbow bolts in a quarrel, and looks like, as I said before, farmhand clothing, so very basic. work clothes on the corpse.
I think Dagmar would take the crossbow and the bolts.
Yeah, the quarrel. Yeah, roll
The
of bolts.
quarrel and
Yeah.
the bolts, and also investigate the ones on the door. If they're in okay nick, she'd just pull them off. And
Yep. I think Dagmar, as a former bandit, would appreciate it. These are quality crossbow bolts. They are metal. They are not just like wooden whittled away bolts, but something that you would see in like actual militiamen or something like very, very good quality. The crossbow itself is of quality, but it's old. So like this is a quality piece, but
I'm gonna take it, and it's too good to leave right now. So I'm gonna take it. Good.
Yeah, and to clarify a bit, it's a military piece, so it's not fancy. It's not beautifully made, but it's well made.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to her that it's not beautifully made, as long as it's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's an excellent crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the string, which is like,
I will try.
You can feel it like when you like pull it. It's not gonna last forever.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and restring it later, but for now, definitely. Unless I find something more interesting. For now, I'm gonna yoink is the word I use.
You take the crossbow and like it feels good in your hands.
The rest of the room, now we've taken a few steps in. How does it seem? I assume it's fairly unlooted. Seems otherwise.
Yeah, nothing.
Not chaotic.
This is not chaotic. Like there is nothing of note here, so to say. It's just a porch. The floors are a bit like they feel wonky. It's been out of use for a while, but it's in good condition. And there's nothing there. The front door is well, it's actually slightly like this much open at the moment. And there's these there's carvings on the sides of the door and like this looks like the house of a wealthy person.
Was it still very quiet, as in we didn't hear any of the we stopped hearing animal sounds when we were approaching the house, if I remember.
Yeah, and you still don't hear any.
Okay. And it was also no wind or nothing, so we don't hear the building crackling when we walk around or anything.
Nothing like that.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's time to look at a bit deeper. So the crest might be by a fireplace or something. So maybe let's see. Do we have a dining hall or something like here?
It's a good question.
Well, we'll have to go further into the house too.
Yeah, exactly. So left or right?
Mm-hmm. Left or right? So
there is just the door, like you the main door to the house. You haven't actually entered the building yet, so you're
the corpse is here on the
porch. Yes.
Yeah.
It's on the porch. Right.
Yeah. So
I misunderstood. I realized thought it was inside. Okay.
Yeah. You're on the porch.
Yeah, that makes much more sense now. Yeah.
Yeah. So the door inside is there's etchings on the frame, and the door is actually painted with these nice red and brown tones, so it's very welcoming. And as said, it's slightly open.
Are we going to just nudge it open?
Yeah. Somewhat. Jorik goes next to the door and like leans against the door and then kind of like puts his hand like through the half open and kind of like tries to open so it would just like swing open.
Yeah, so you're standing on the right side of the door, right? Or facing the wall, like the door is on your right hand side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where is Dagmar when Jorik is doing this?
I am going to. I'll be like 1-2 steps back.
Yeah, from the door or from Jorik.
Jorik.
Yeah. Okay. So you put your hand between the door and the frame and slightly nudge it, and it moves maybe half a centimeter before you feel a resistance there.
Okay.
Do you want to force it open?
He looks closer at the door, and is there like some kind of string or something that kind of keeps it against? Or wait, was the corpse leaning against?
The door opens. The corpse is leaning on the back wall.
So it's not in the way of the door.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, there's something like holding the door from the inside. So you take a look, and yeah, there's a small string that is tied to the doorknob on the inside.
But it's string
and not metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's string, and it looks like when you pulled it, there's a knot that like unwinds a bit.
Trap. It's a trap.
What? A trap? Oh.
I think it might be a trap.
Okay, that's good, because I was just about to take out my sickle and felt like, okay, that's just string.
I think if you open the door, the string pulls something, then that's the trap. See what I mean?
Okay. So
maybe if you do cut the string, it's better, because I think if we just shove the door open, something's going to fall or shoot or something. I'm getting trap. My instincts are saying it's a trap.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah, yes. So I'll cut it.
Yeah, cut it.
Okay. So from the side, I assume, like where you were. Yeah, you cut it with the sickle. There is this small sound of actually a rope that is attached to the string falling to the ground somewhere a bit further in, and a silence of nothing happening for just long enough for you to wonder if it wasn't a trap, and then a loud bang as a huge stone head of a bear swings like a pendulum to the door and basically cuts the door in half just from the sheer weight of it. And it is there now, swinging slowly.
So there's a bear head, just like
it's about yay big stone bear head. So it's
Knew it. Dagmar is unbearably smug right now.
Unbearably.
Yes. It's annoying.
I'll bear with it.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that's how tired I am. I didn't notice my own pun.
Well, it was a good pun.
Yeah. I'm a natural. What can I do?
Yeah.
Well, that was quite something. So now the door is in pieces or something.
Yeah, the door is in pieces, and you can quite easily look inside. So what you see is the foyer or main entrance hall. It is 2 stories tall, so it continues onto the second floor. There's a staircase of the wooden fine staircase in the middle of the room going up to the second floor, where there is this like small gallery that goes around the room up there. What is notable here is that there are statues of bears in the room. There are 2 by the stairway up, and there are 2 in the corner of the wall you came through into the room. One of these is missing its head. And there
Which
is a
one
fifth,
is missing its head?
the one on the far, like when you enter the room and look right, the first one you see there.
Okay, yeah.
On the wall is missing a head. And there is a 5th bear statue, and it is in a very unusual spot. It's like
facing away, isn't it?
Yeah, it's facing away, and it's facing the wall, and it is holding one of its arms forward, and in its arms there is a corpse of a soldier that it's holding in place.
Okay.
The soldier is wearing like chainmail armor and has a sword down next to it, and it's clearly dead, like decomposing dead.
How is it holding it by the neck, or how is
holding it by the neck?
Someone, Dagmar's going to say, someone obviously put him there. Is it facing?
My mind jumped. What?
Is the bear? Is it facing a wall or a window?
A wall. There are no windows on the first floor. Okay. Up above there, like on the outer walls, on the second floor, there are windows that are brightly lighting this room. Okay. But on the first floor, there is this dark wood paneling that's covering the stone walls, and it's like there's no windows here. The upper floor is made of logs, and the windows are up there, and there's a lot of them.
Sorry, what were you going to say? I spoke over you. When I looked at that seems like it could be like a magical constructor thing. Like, I mean, you said someone put the corpse there. I thought this was like, okay, maybe there is some magic or things to keep them moving or something. Because, I mean, I don't know. Are we
magic?
How well do we know about magic, like in otherwise? Is that a concept?
You have heard stories of magic, but like the highest form of magic you've known your whole life is the one you've trained in. Like, that's the pinnacle of magical things.
Okay.
As a magic user, but you know that there is magic. You know that magic can do really weird stuff, and well, the world ended because people used too much magic. So
yeah,
it's a very,
someone can move a stone with their mind
easily.
It's not that many more steps to keep a statue from moving. So I mean, yeah. How are the bears like? Otherwise, you said they're like the one was missing a head,
Yeah,
and the one was holding the corpse. How are they like? Are they all aimed like toward the center of the room, or are they like kind of?
The 4 bears in the like the 2 in the corners and the 2 in next to the staircase are posed like quite statically, and like they're just facing the space. The one holding the corpse looks a lot more dynamic in its pose, and like it's facing the corpse. It's not. It sort of doesn't belong in the room like the other 4 do.
Oh.
Yeah. Besides, like what you've like what you first noticed, there's some like paintings here, and this looks like a very inviting entry hall to the house.
And no obvious shield on the wall, of course.
No obvious shield on the wall. There on the first floor there are 4 doors, so this place continues, and on the upper floor there are a few more doors. There are 2 doors to the left and 2 doors going forward.
Yeah, I still considering we didn't even step in through the door into the house before we got almost struck by a trap, so I kind of feel suspicious about the bears in the way that if we go past them, like at the very least I want to tip them over or something, so that
there's going to be more traps. If there's a trap at the front door, there's going to be more traps.
Speaking of traps, Dagmar, this is a trap that you have set. This is a trap that you would use in the woods. Mm-hmm. So basically a pendulum trap of some heavy object. It's not a sophisticated trap, but like something it's effective, and it's something that you would be able to do in sort of a hurry if you had the like materials handy.
Does it look like it's been done in a hurry? From my trap making knowledge?
Yeah, if you take a few moments to like inspect it, I'll give you that. While Dagmar does that, what does Yorick look to or do here?
Yorick keeps a keen eye on the bears. Keen eye. He's like, no. Okay.
You take a look at the like system that has been put up, and it looks like it was done in a sort of a hurry, but by someone who knows what they're doing. So the using the bear statue as a rock here is an inspired, or the bear head as a rock here is an inspired choice to have something heavy there. So it's clearly being done in very, very much haste.
Okay. Yorick, I think someone did this in a hurry. They did it well.
Oh, okay.
But in a hurry.
Right. That would explain why they repurposed one of the statues. Now that I think about it.
Yeah. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled. I think there might be more. I bet there's more on the second floor.
Excuse me, what?
She's just going to say, I think there might be more on the second floor.
Yeah.
That's my...
Yeah, perhaps,
That's my hunch.
And going with the theme, I would also suspect more bears. But, I mean... So, the corpse bear, I think at the very least we want to tip this over, because it kind of looks like it doesn't belong with them others. It kind of suspiciously more dynamic than the other ones. Just like something.
She kind of goes like this, like, go for it. Go on then. Tip it over.
He carefully approaches it from the side and tries to tip it over from the side.
Yeah, you get to about 1 meter away from it, and you feel a spark of energy, like an electrical shock coming from it, and you could swear that it moves a bit, like twitches, just barely. Pardon the pun.
I think it reacts when someone gets close to it. Yeah, I'm not gonna push it over.
Yep. Yeah. Fair enough.
How long is your spear? Or the? You had a spear.
I have a short spear. Yeah, I'll hand over my spear.
You're better at handling spears than me. Can you
I'm gonna try and poke it.
So you're going to poke the bear with the spear.
Yes. I'm gonna try and poke the bear with the spear.
Yeah, you
slowly. I'm like slowly going in.
Yeah.
And
as the spear gets closer to the bear, there is you feel the like tingling feeling, and you get the spear to touch the bear, at which point it drops the body and turns its head at you.
Oh, okay. That's freaky.
And stops as you do that like pulling away the spear as you did. Yeah. So when you stop touching it, it stops moving. The corpse is now on the floor.
I think I don't want to poke the bear again.
Yeah, no. But this also was very helpful in confirming that it actually moves, but only if we are too close to it, hopefully.
Only if you antagonize it?
Yeah. So it's a very kind of self-defense kind of bear.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it was the one that was...
It's the one that's off formation, so it's on the
okay, yeah.
On the wall, sort of.
Okay. So if we just stay clear of it, it's probably fine.
Yeah. Luckily, it's not near any doors.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess we'd take the first door on the left or something.
First door on the left.
First door on the left.
Check for any strings, traps.
Yeah. The door is actually in quite good condition, but a bit like it's not actually stuck, but you have to apply a bit of force to it to get it open. Which after the previous encounter with the trap might be a bit stressful, but let's see. I'll paste you the map of the room. So you are entering from the right side of the picture. The map is always on the same way. So it is an office. It is cramped office with a big desk on the near the wall where there is a window that has been nailed shut. The window is very much closed. There are hunting trophies on the walls. There are papers everywhere. And yeah, this is someone's place of business.
Oh.
The walls seem to have once been painted, but the paint has chipped away, leaving it in a very dull stone color. There is no paneling here.
And is there cupboards or other things beside the
There are papers on the floor. There is the desk. There is a door on the other side of the room, and on the walls there are shelves with hunting trophies and stuff.
On the desk, Dagmar's going to look through the paperwork for any sort of crest. It's not the crest, but just to see if there is a crest or a logo.
Yeah, there is a seal for some official paperwork there. It is a bear's head, which at the moment probably doesn't come as a surprise. Also on the desk beside the papers, there is a box, a small, yay big wooden box, very beautifully made. Looks to be in an excellent condition. You would guess that the hinges and the lock are made out of silver.
The paperwork with the bear seal.
Yes.
What does it say? Can I gather what kind of
you can
whose seal is it?
As
Yorick helps with the paper.
Yeah. As an expert, you get to do some, even if you don't understand this, this is very old language. You have no idea of what's the actual words, but you can make out the meaning. So give me an knowledge fortune roll, which is basically just the bigger the better. There is no chance of failing this.
Okay.
So for you, that would be knowledge is 14, so D20 plus D4.
Yeah. Well, altogether 20. So 16 and a 4.
Yeah. With a 20, it takes you some time to figure this out. If there's something besides helping Yorick wants to do or look at, let me know while this is going on. But what you gather from this is that these are books sales, purchases, ledgers, contracts. There is one name that keeps popping up, and it's Dagmar's Karru. It's someone who shares your name, except that they are a house owner. So there is this, the owner of this trade is Dagmar's Karru, and what they're trading in is weapons.
Okay.
Weapons, armors, war stuff. An arms dealer. Arms dealer. You may not know the exact words, but okay, this sounds suspiciously like swords. This sounds like you piece it together bit by bit.
Yeah. But the name was Karru was the name we wanted.
Yeah, Karru is the name of the Ian Karru who hired you. So
I'm going to take, if there's anything that sort of would make it look like this person's a homeowner, I'm going to take a couple of the letters with the signature.
Yeah, I think paper and whatever small thing you found, weight for comparison to what he wants for it is pretty good.
Yeah, probably these papers alone would suffice for what Ian was asking, but they're not directly what like the shield that he was hoping to get. But
I'll take these as well. I'm just going to be like,
yeah. Put it away so if we have to run, we have at least something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And this point, I'll point to the character sheets a bit. There is an inventory, and you can carry as much stuff as you wish. Just mark one thing on a row, and like this means that Dagmar has picked up the crossbow. That's one line, and the bolts, which is another line. And now you're picking up papers. That's one more line. But the thing is that you might see there's red X's next to. That means that if at any point you have to run, or if you fall, or if you stumble, whatever, everything that is below that red X line, you drop.
Oh, so you can rearrange.
You can rearrange, but this is your priority of things. So when things are like, okay, for some reason you have strike through, no more strike through.
But I was wondering why they had strike throughs.
Okay, and now it's again strike through for some reason. No, okay, but so keep that in mind. It probably doesn't come to play as much, but if for some reason you have to run, if for some reason you fall down somewhere or end up in a stream and have to swim ashore, everything that's below the red X line is the stuff that you drop.
Yeah.
So priority goes up. And with the exception of if you're equipping something, if you're using something, then that doesn't get dropped. That's just like we skip it and move it to the next one. So, but that was just a short gameplay note. So you are there. You have now papers. You are looking around. There's like hunting trophies, local animals mostly, but there is this one strange looking, like dog-sized rooster with a snake's head that is looking, it's not very normal. It's stuffed. It's like it's a trophy, so someone's killed it and mounted it on the shelf, but it looks like something you've never seen before, some sort of a creature. A rooster with a snake head and leathery wings, and it looks odd.
Is it homemade taxidermy or is it an actual animal?
Oh,
like how big was it? Dog size.
Dog size. So the rooster is big. Yeah, and by that you think it actually looks like homemade taxidermy, but the rooster's body is so big that it still feels weird.
Still okay.
You can't stop to wonder about the bird tracks you saw earlier.
Where did we see the bird tracks? That was
Yeah,
So-
that was when you were coming here and sleeping. There was some weird bird tracks that came to your camp and went away.
Oh,
Oh yes.
oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was the dog rooster snake.
yeah.
That's here. Great. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, but someone's done a pretty decent taxidermy job. It looks a bit like cross-eyed, but otherwise it's quite fine.
Snaky bird.
Yeah. So what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to poke the dog rooster thing with a pen or a pencil.
It falls over.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I was
And
worried
you feel-
to bear on us, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
It falls over and it feels like when you poke a taxidermied animal, so it's very light
okay.
and like poop goes over easily, and actually falls on the floor because the shelves aren't that big. So when you
Yeah.
poke it to make it falls off the shelf.
That actually makes me feel better.
Yeah. Like now it's like everything might move, and we're
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
5 nets at Karru.
Good one.
So, yeah, that a weird creature could be. I mean, we'll make a round and then see if that makes the list. Like, at some point we're gonna hoard stuff at the door or something. But I feel like there might be something more dynamic than the bear in the main room. So yeah, let's.
Are we gonna check the door in the back of the office? Because there's another
Yeah,
door.
like I feel like if we continue circle like the window most sides, so there is like always the chance of just jumping out the window if it's like something too much. We can always get back into the door, but like, yeah, the door to the other side, it seems like it's closed.
It's closed and it's locked.
Oh.
Yeah, the back room of the office.
Dagmar's going to look for a key in the desk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go. There's no drawers on the desk, but you look under the desk and under the papers, and lo and behold, there is a key after a short while of searching. It's not a tiny key, so it's easily found, but it's there. Basic house key, iron.
Yes.
So nothing fancy, but to a sturdy lock.
How sturdy is the door? Does it feel like it's as in the same kind of door like the ones we saw? Is it heavier? Is it made of metal, or is it just wooden?
It's wooden door, and it is in worse condition than the doors you've seen so far. So probably something you could also like just break with some time.
That does bring me some comfort that there isn't something that the door is locked to keep inside or something. I mean,
yep. So opening the door.
You mentioned there was a box on the desk. We didn't.
Yeah, there is a small box, maybe about this big, this long, this wide, in both directions. Very beautifully made silver hinges and a silver locket or just like a system that you can open it and close it with.
I guess I could take a look at it and pocket it. Yeah.
Yep. You open the box, and inside there is a velvet inlay for what looks like a very tall pen or pencil or something. and it's whatever it is supposed to be holding is not there, but on the inner lid there is very carefully with silver written a word talvivoo, which sounds nonsensical.
Had weird names back in the days.
Yep. But yeah, there is nothing in the box, but there has been something, and it's been kept there like it's very expensive, whatever there is supposed to be there.
Is the box could it seem like it was for the seal, or
no?
Or was it the pen shape?
Yeah,
more.
It's like it's for something about this sized, a bit thicker, but like maybe a paintbrush, maybe something more strange.
Yeah,
but the box itself looks valuable.
Yeah. Poke at it. So, the door. I assume we want to open the door with the key instead of just...
Yes. Open it with the key.
Yeah. You open it, and there is, for the first time that you've been inside the house, you sort of smell something. There is a smell of moss and mold, like wetness. This is a storeroom, and I'm gonna give you the image just there. Two boarded up windows on the back of the room, similar size to the office that you just came from. Lots of weapon and armor racks, places to store them. Most of them are empty, but there are still some armaments remaining here.
Ooh. Now we're talking.
What kind of stuff?
You walk in, and there, like, this place has been affected by time a bit, so there is like a sense of this being an old room, whereas everything else has been nice and like tidy and clean somewhat. Here it feels like the time has been catching up. On the racks, you see two beautiful long swords, two short swords, and a very, very rusty looking chain shirt. So armor.
The long sword. Would the long sword cause more damage than my short spear?
No, but it is a very different weapon for a different use. So spear is for this, and sword is for hacking. So you can't, for example, cut rope with a spear.
Yeah, of course.
Easily, at least. But yeah, these are beautiful swords.
I want all the weapons. I should keep the
You can get them.
That's range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick up one longsword, but it's going to go in my red X section. So that's where it's going.
So it's not critical.
No.
If something has to go, that's going.
The chainmail was rusty and otherwise, but did it seem like it was like extra well made or something that's
these are
easily reproducible in our days?
These are well made weapons and armor, but look like functional stuff. Nothing extra fancy here. This place is covered in moss and mold, so it like you have to sort of scrape things off the weapons and armor to get a clearer picture of them. And like when you take the longsword off the rack actually breaks, like just from the movement. But this place, whereas the previous room had papers everywhere, this is just overgrown. Like you can't really make out the walls or the floor really well here.
This is not the building. Was it 2 floor?
Two floor building. Yeah, this is the ground floor.
And the windows were boarded in, but it still somehow was overgrown with things that at least somewhat needs sunlight. So I guess the boards are kind of like there are some. Yeah,
there's some light coming in. You can see here without a torch. So like, yeah, this room looks like it is like everything else you've seen so far looks like it's been in a nice condition. This looks like the time has caught up.
This is very strange. Like, is it? Where was the center? The pole at the garden. Like
the garden
buildings.
pole,
like, is this the most northmost building or
this
corner is this?
Yeah, this is the westernmost building, and you are in the southwestern corner of that building.
Okay, that kind of. It could be that the.
Yeah. Also, like you have some idea that the magic that is causing the stasis is coming from somewhere in the house, maybe, but it's been a while since you've tried to figure things out. You're muted.
Maybe it was locked. Because this room was locked. Maybe they wanted to keep whatever was affecting the house away from this room.
I mean, I guess it could be. I feel like the fact that this is one of in the corner of the house, it means that it's like just a bit too far away to affect. Or the lock thing. It could be very well that the magic works under a principle where it can flow through, or it's a passageway it affects, but because it was locked, it's not considered part of the open flows of magic, even if it's like flimsy or whatever. But who knows? I'm not sure. But yeah, this looks. If we don't find extremely like a super lot of things, the chainmail might be worth considering picking up, because I can make an attempt at mending it and seeing how well I can put it back into its former glory. But at times when I've done it, it's failed. At times it's only affected for a day or so. So I think I might want to spare it until like the day before, and just when we're getting back, so it's like in the best possible shape when we present it. And then it's like, oh yeah, it might some of the glow might conclude our business, but I'll be clear to indirectly indicate this to him. But yeah, just a thought. We don't have to discard anything that's. If it seems like it's hard to recreate, if the smiths of today are not as skilled as the yesterdays, it might be that even the rusty ones are worth taking with us. Of course, we try not to be hoarders. I don't think the small robot will hold infinite amount of things, but oh well.
Well, it will hold something. Mm-hmm. And as you talk about this, you start paying attention to something that has been present ever since the bear moved.
Oh no.
the house is creaking and the wind outside is blowing.
Yeah, it's not too weird that we was it creaking when we let's step. He picks up one of the swords and he's like takes a note of the chainmail in the corner. Let's go back in the other room. Do we still hear the sound and the creaking?
It's been here ever since you poked the bear. You were a bit shocked at that point, so you didn't pay attention to that small detail, but now that you're recounting it, you were talking about how there is no sound when you entered.
Oh, yeah.
But now there is.
Okay, so it's not just the room that's picking up things. Maybe we disturbed the balance or something and nature is starting to take its course again or something.
Is the creaking we're hearing sort of within normal levels?
Yes, very, very normal, like old house, like it lives a bit.
Okay.
And I think we will take a short break here and come back in a moment. Thank you.